Breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ. Diamondbacks rookie Tyler Gilbert throws a no-hitter in his first big league start against the Padres on Saturday night. Final out right there into the glove of Ketel Marte. First no-hitter since Corey Kluber tossed one, a single no-hitter. There was a combined one by the Cubs, but it's Tyler Gilbert who was just called up to the big league club on August 3rd. Prior to Saturday, he made 3 relief appearances. This is just silly. It's the 8th no-hitter of the season, matches the record set back in 1884. Third no-hitter in franchise history. I can't believe this. I mean, this is unbelievable. Like, you know, people say, oh, it's unbelievable. This is unbelievable because only 4 players in the history of baseball have thrown a no-hitter in their first start. It's Tyler Gilbert, and then it's a couple other guys that you probably have never heard of. He joins Ted Breitenstein in 1891, Bumpus Jones in 1892, and Bobo Holloman in 1953. So it's Tyler, Ted, Bumpus, and Bobo with a no-hitter in their first start. Like, I'm about to laugh right now because I can't believe this is actually happening. This is why sports are the ultimate reality television or reality viewing or streaming or whatever you want to call it. And what's interesting about all this is that Tyler Gilbert was facing Joe Musgrove, who tossed the first no-hitter this season back in April. So Tyler Gilbert, making Major League Baseball history, throws a no-hitter in his first big league start. Have a day, kid. Let's get some instant analysis. Welcome in CBS Sports baseball writer Matt Snyder. Matt, I am just beside myself here because Tyler Gilbert throws a no-hitter in his first big league start. This is incredible. Your reaction?
I'm pretty blown away. I actually thought nobody had ever done it. Just off the top of my head, if somebody would ask me, has anybody done that? I would have said, oh, no way. And you're right when you said you probably haven't heard of those names. No, I hadn't. And I'm our Hall of Fame guy. I'm deep into the history of baseball. I'm really into it. I had never heard of those 2 guys from the 1800s, which, by the way, was a way different game. And then Bobo, sorry, I can't remember his last name because, again, I'd never heard of him until a few minutes ago. This is unbelievable. I feel like it might be the most improbable no-hitter of all time when you've got a soft tosser in this day and age who doesn't even throw 90. I mean, maybe A.J. Burnett's 9 walk no-hitters up there. Maybe Edwin Jackson's no-hitter when he threw like 145 pitches is up there. If we're talking about the modern era, obviously Bobo with the 1953 no-no in his first start. And maybe Johnny Vandermeer's second no-hitter in his consecutive no-hitters, just because it's so ridiculous to throw 2 straight. Those are on the short list for me on the most amazing and ridiculous no-hitters in baseball history, right there with this one. This is unbelievable.
What makes it more unbelievable is that he was just called up to the big league club like 11 days ago, August 3rd. And prior to Saturday, he made 3 relief appearances. He struck out 5 in 3 2/3 scoreless innings. So it wasn't like there was like this sign of things to come for Tyler Gilbert. It's incredible to see how you can dominate a lineup like the Padres. I mean, the Padres have an incredible lineup. Now, granted, Fernando Tatis Jr. is not in the lineup. He's out injured. But to be able to go through that lineup and go 9 innings and no-hit the Padres and during a season which is one of the worst seasons in Diamondbacks history, their last in baseball, this is the highlight of their season.
Well, and he's a Rule 5 pick from the Dodgers, which means in December, the Dodgers didn't care to protect him and were okay with just letting him go to somebody else in their division. And we didn't know the Diamondbacks were going to be that bad at the time. So that shows he wasn't even valued in the Dodgers organization, a really smart organization. They have a ton of organizational depth, so maybe that was part of the equation. But it just goes to show how almost out of nowhere this guy came. He had a 3.44 ERA in AAA. That's very good out west because there's a lot of hitters' ballparks, but still, nobody could have seen this one coming, man. It was completely out of nowhere.
Matt, how did he get this done? How did he do it? How did he do it?
Part of it is, and we just set a record, Major League Baseball set a record for the most no-hitters in a season with this one. And part of it is because it's harder to get a hit than ever. The Major League Baseball batting average is around 242, I believe. And the defenses are so good at shifting. They can play guys deeper in the shift because the arms are better than they've ever been before. So the defense is so good. Other than that, I mean, you can have guys just hit the ball right at guys for one night. He did not miss a lot of bats. It was just his night. I mean, beyond that, I don't know if we even need to analyze it much, and we just need to say that was unbelievable, and let's just embrace it and be happy for him.
Matt, what does it mean for this young man, Tyler Gilbert, 27 years old, first big league start, and then what does it mean for the Diamondbacks here in a season that's really lost? I mean, they have the worst record in baseball. What does it mean for Gilbert and for the club?
Well, I think obviously you leave him in the rotation and see what he can do the rest of the year, because even if he doesn't live up to this the rest of the year, which frankly he's not going to live up to a no-hitter the rest of the way, but you see what you have in him. That's one of the things that is a benefit to not being a contender at this point in the season, is you can run guys out there and let them get 5, 6, 7, 8 starts the rest of the year and say, what do we have in this guy? Do we have something for next year? Maybe they do. Some guys develop at the big league level. It's possible he becomes like a, he's a soft tosser, so let's say a Kyle Hendricks type for the Diamondbacks. It's possible. I don't know if it's likely, but it's possible. So you see what you have in him. For him specifically, though, moment he's never going to forget the rest of his life. He's in the record books, and it's not just a no-hitter. Over 200 guys have thrown no-hitters. This is, you threw a no-hitter in your first start, you're a legend. You're a legend. Even if it's only one start, you're a legend.
I mean, this is absolutely, I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, I'm sitting here, I can't even believe, like, he's in the same rotation, and I think he looks a little bit like Madison Bumgarner, and of course, Madison Bumgarner is legendary in the postseason. We know that for the Giants. But, like, he shows a little bit of flashes of Mad Bum. I know, again, he doesn't throw as hard as him, but, like, it's almost as like, hey, maybe this is Mad Bum 2.0.
Yeah, he does kind of look like him. It's interesting. Remember, Bumgarner threw a 7-inning complete game in a doubleheader against the Braves earlier this year.
Yep.
But we can't say no-hitter, even though he allowed no hits. We can't say no-hitter because it was only 7 innings. So interesting with the Diamondbacks this year on this front.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, that's why we watch the games. It's incredible. Yeah. I mean, this is, I'm just, I'm a baseball guy, Matt, first and foremost, and I'm blown away. Again, the 4th pitcher in MLB history to throw a no-hitter in his first start as he joins Ted Breitenstein in 1891, Bumpus Jones in 1892, and the most recent, until tonight, Bobo Holloman in 1953. Incredible stuff. Matt Snyder, great stuff reacting here to a historic no-hitter on Saturday night in Big League Baseball.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.